Hi, I'm Don Flipsy. I'm the founder of Field of Flowers. I founded this company in 1990. Now, one of the things that people ask us about constantly at Field of Flowers is the care and handling of orchids. Okay, so there's basically two situations that you can face with regard to how to care for an orchid. This is one situation. This is an easy one. Okay, this orchid, the grower pot has been slipped right into an appropriately sized decorative pot. So this makes it possible for you to put this orchid plant in your home, in your living room, on a patio, wherever, and it looks nice. It's not going to drain water on the furniture or anything because you've got this beautiful decorative pot. And the easy thing is that you can slip it right out, and then you can water your orchid plant. The best way to water this plant really is to take it over to a sink, or just, if it's outdoor on a patio, give it a good watering until water is draining out. And you need to make sure that the potting medium really is getting wet, because this sphagnum moss, sometimes when it dries out thoroughly, then it's hard to even get it to re-wet. But once you water it well and it's drained out, you put it back into the decorative pot, and then you probably don't need to touch this plant for about a week. Watering it once a week is probably fine for this Phalaenopsis orchid. One of the things I'll point out about Phalaenopsis orchids is their natural habitat is out in tropical or subtropical rainforest, and they'll find a place like in the crotch of a tree or some place where they can start to attach their roots, and so they don't need much potting mix at all. Okay, so the other situation is where we have the plants, the orchid plants are potted into a decorative pot, okay, and there's no drainage, okay, so this does not have a drainage hole in the bottom. This represents a problem because you have to make sure it's adequately watered, but you don't want it to sit in water. So the best thing to do with one of these beautiful orchid arrangements, which is great because it allows you to put it in your home, your office, and it'll look beautiful. The best way to water it is to take it to a sink or outdoors on a patio or someplace where the water can drain, and start to pour water on it. And just keep pouring some water on it until you think it's enough, and then just put your thumbs over the surface and tip it. Just tip it all the way over until water drains out. Now, water isn't going to drain out of this one because it hasn't been watered. But if you watered enough, you tip it, you let water drain out, let it drain thoroughly for about 15, 20 seconds until all the excess water has drained out. Then you put it back up, and now you know that it was watered thoroughly, and you don't really need to touch this probably for another week. But if you put water on it and then you tip it and no water drains out, then that means that you didn't get water all the way down to the bottom where the roots are, so you should keep putting some more water on it until finally, when you tip it, the excess water drains out and you know that you've watered this thoroughly. Now, that represents a challenge, but one of the things I want to emphasize today is that it can be done. In other words, this orchid plant right here is one of mine that I've kept in this container with no drainage. I've kept it for about 3 years. It's a beautiful, healthy plant with these aerial roots. I watered it thoroughly just a little while ago. It's 3 separate plants. They're all healthy. I'm putting out new, and pretty soon this is going to put out some new flower spikes. This has bloomed now about 3 or 4 times in this same container with no drainage because I water the way that I just explained. So that's how you can take care of and water your orchid plants. Hope you enjoyed it.